Hey, what's going on everyone? Here's another update video of my Funder Pro 25K challenge that I'm doing. Today was definitely a better day than yesterday. Today I profited $295.81 and I took 3 trades. And you can see them over to the right here. Oh, by the way, sorry I don't have my camera on, so you don't get to look at me during this time, but I'm sure you don't care about that anyway. But anyway, here's the today's trades. I had a $235 trade on NAS, another little $12 trade on NAS, and then I slid over to US 30 and did a $50 trade there. So aside from yesterday's total debacle, which was huge debacle, it's been very profitable. If I could get rid of this, if I could get rid of yesterday, I'd have 100% wins so far. But I'm still down in general, still down $561 or $16. Today's $300, basically $300 profit, kind of put me back on track of where I was going. So you can see this big dip here was basically because of yesterday, which was a rough day. But anyway, let me go to the charts and show you exactly what I did. We are looking at NAS. This is actually NAS live right now, but let me, right around this area here, it was the silver bullet. Kind of love that silver bullet, man. I'm really liking that actually. Is what gave me my big profit. So let me zoom into the 1 minute and scroll over here a little bit. And then I am going to hit the replay to kind of show you where I kind of got started and what was going on. So anyway, so I got up and when I was looking at the charts, was, let's see, 10 o'clock is this dotted line right here. So this is probably around, yeah, actually this was right before 9:30. Actually I was on the charts before then. But anyway, I kind of marked out my low, which was down here, and I marked out my high, which was up here at the time. Actually it was down a little bit. And I just kind of like watched. So I was looking for it to do one of two things. It was either going to sweep this high here or sweep these lows here. And if it swept the highs, it would basically come up, sweep those highs out, do a break of structure, which would be right around down here, and come back up, hit a fair value gap, and then come back down. So that's kind of like what I was looking for. And it's basically what it did. And you can see I had my stuff set up, but I had this line set here for the break of structure. So now what I was basically doing, I was kind of waiting to see what it was going to do. Okay, 9:30 hit here, so it was a market open, which in New York, and it just tapped. You can see here, let me zoom in. It just tapped into that high. Just swept that liquidity a little bit there. So now I'm basically waiting for it to come down and break this this here and do a market shift. So I waited a couple more minutes, or actually it tapped into the, just to make sure, I guess it tapped into that liquidity one more time, and then it started making its move. And right here is where it did its change of character, market shift, whatever you want to call it. So now when that happened, it created a fair value gap. And again, my Lux algo, actually let me turn that on so you can kind of see. Oh, it wasn't showing. I guess it didn't create it yet. Let me go in. There it is. Okay. If I get rid of, let me move this out of the way. Oops. Move that out of the way. Here's the Lux algo. It created that fair value gap. So when I was looking at it, I needed to tap into that. But you can see it happened like really fast. Like right here. You can barely see it. Let me get this out of the way. Right here is where it just tapped into the fair value gap. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not 10 o'clock, it's 9:30. And some people say 9:30, it could also happen with the silver bullet. So I went for it. Get rid of that and put that back. And I actually got in like right as soon as it tapped it. Maybe a little bit less than there because I kind of marked this up where I was going to go. Maybe a little bit less than there. And then boom, it kind of dropped down. I hit, it kind of hit, I didn't really have a take profit set up right there. I was just kind of like keeping an eyeball on it. But I kind of saw it doing kind of like this kind of crazy stuff. And I knew that it could have had a good possibility of doing another pullback. I didn't want to sit through all of that. I was already up a couple $100, so I'm thinking, you know what? So I just kind of like bailed on the trade. And sure enough, I believe it eventually did go up. But while I was still waiting, here's what happened, and this is why I got into the second trade Right here is where it swept. Let me give a little circle. Put a little circle here. Right here is where it swept the lower. I'm thinking, okay, it just swept the lower liquidity, so it might run back up again. So I kind of sat and I waited, and then I was waiting for it to, as you can see my little black line here, I was kind of waiting for it to break this candle to do another market shift, or at least break through there with some aggression. So it kind of came down, was kind of messing around, and then boom, that's kind of where it did the change of character there. And I didn't really have this set up, but I just put this in afterwards because it was an on-the-fly kind of trade, just so I can remember where I did it. But anyway, kind of broke the structure there. I waited for it to do a little bit of a pullback, and then it hit there. And then actually during this pullback, it was a quick in and out because I was just like, you know what, it's kind of messing around a little bit on these two candles here, and it really didn't. I mean, it kind of went for the silver bullet, but I don't know. I just had a weird feeling about this one, so I kind of jumped out. I was in profit like 12 bucks, and I wasn't sure. Even after I got out of it, I started thinking, well, did I make the right decision? Did I make the wrong decision? Because see, it was doing all this. It even popped down again, and whenever this candle hit, what you just saw there, it made me think, oh, thank goodness I did get out of it, because at least I made some profit. It didn't take anything away from the 200 some dollars that I made. And then sure enough, it came down a couple more times. I was kind of messing around for a little while, and I just kind of sat back with some popcorn and kind of watched the action go. And then eventually, let's see, boom, it does the big time, and it goes all the way back up. So if I would have stayed in it, I might have gotten, depending on what I was going to do with my stop loss, I probably would have got it tapped out here. But sure enough, eventually it did go up. So it kind of truly was the silver bullet once again, because it did the change of character. It came back, tapped the fair value gap. It took a long time to get there, but it did eventually head back up again. So, and this was actually during the 10 o'clock time frame. So basically, I don't know. It was a tricky one. That's why I didn't kind of want to mess with it, because I just grabbed my quick 12 bucks and ran out. So there's a quick McDonald's dinner right there. So, but anyway, that was today. And then on US 30, I went, and the dogs are barking in the background, of course. I did a really fast scalp. Let's see. Oh, here it is. It was on the 1 minute. And right here, let me go to a higher time frame. We go to 15 minute. Okay, right here we kind of had a support line here, and I was waiting for it to kind of break that support. So let me do a replay back to around here and go back on the 1 minute again. Okay, so it broke the support area there. Now I'm just basically waiting for a pullback. And then here's a big fair value gap. I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't go in there, but I was kind of waiting for a pullback all the way up to this line, or at least as close as possible. And sure enough, actually the candle that just happened here, let me go back one more. Right. Okay. So this is basically where I got in. Next candle it dropped, and next candle it dropped again, and again I just got out real quick because it was just a quick 2 minute. I made 50 bucks. I figured, you know what, I'm happy with that. It literally took me 2 minutes. Who can make $50 in 2 minutes? And then of course it does another pullback, and then it heads back down again. But anyway, that was the world's fastest scalp that I've ever done. 50 bucks in 2 minutes. But it again, it goes more towards my funded challenge, which is a good thing. So anyway, those are the trades that I took today. There is no news tomorrow. There was news this morning too. That's why, because I wasn't really paying attention to anything super early. But there's no news tomorrow, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully I'll make at least get rid of that $500. I think I'm still under. At least going towards it in the next week. I'll have to at least be able to break even point next week. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And that's about it. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and smash the like button and hit that little notification bell, and you'll be notified of more videos. So until then, be profitable.